Hey, these are movies I watched this year. Not all of them, but all the ones I'm too lazy to make a full video for. Here we go. The Menu. It's a good movie. It's a solid movie. There are some great aspects in this movie and a fine ass aspect in this movie. You know what I'm saying? Voldemort's really good. I think both him and Anya, Peach, play really strong characters. The issue is everyone else in the movie, not so much. Beast is good. But he's nothing to go home about. You know, Nicholas Hoult, I feel bad because he's a really good actor. He just keeps getting these roles that don't really utilize him at all. It's basically about these people who go on an island to eat this famous man's food. And that's it. That's all I could say without spoiling it. I'm just letting you know now, it is going to beat you over the fucking head with its message. But it's fine. It's fine. Still a good movie. Go watch it if you can. It also has a bunch of side characters that you know from other things. They have that one guy from High School Musical, the series. It also has the one Asian guy from Succession. Just these people. That's it. That's all I have to say about the side characters. Anyways, let's move on. The Guardian special is good. The Guardian special is a Guardian special. It's corny, it's cheesy, but it's fun. I personally didn't expect anything from a 40-minute Guardians movie, but if you did, you're gonna be disappointed. It's just a fun little side quest, and if you're okay with that, then you're gonna have fun. It follows Mantis and Drax, who I really like as a pair. I don't think they utilize it too well in this. I think they just play like their roles, you know? I'm glad Mantis has more of a role, but it doesn't really flesh anything out with her. Y'all see that concept art though? God damn. Drax is okay. I think he's a really good character who's just never used well enough. I'm hoping that Guardians 3 shifts away from him just being like a himbo, but they're fine. It's all fine. I like the rotoscoping in the beginning. It's a cool little art style. It looks a little weird at some points, but like, yeah, I'm not an artist, I can't say anything, but you know, it's good. They also introduced Cosmo, who's this cute little fella. But I don't think it's the same dog. I think the first dog like died or something, or like ran off the set and everyone lost him. All of these people on the crew lost him. So, you know, there's that. Anyways, a good solid Christmas special. Go watch it snuggled up with your dog. I don't know, get some hot cocoa. Solid 5 out of 10. Good. It's fine. It's whatever. You're gonna forget about it in like 10 minutes anyway. All right, next movie. It's good. It's really good. It's the first Marvel movie in a while that I could genuinely say, hey, it's pretty good. I think it's a fat improvement from Black Panther 1. I did not like Black Panther 1, like at all. It has some good aspects, but I just can't rewatch that. This movie, though, this is good. This has like acting in it and characters and writing. It's pretty good. You know, my favorite part of the movie is that it feels like a movie. I think Ryan Coogler did really good making this second movie, especially with that much on his shoulders. Shuri Okoye, these are good ass characters, and I'm actually really excited to see them again. Especially Lupita Nyong'o. Fucking, don't get me started on that shit. Don't get me started on that shit. Really good movie. I enjoyed it very much. I think the only person who was out of place was Riri Williams. I think her character's really cool. I just feel like for this specific movie, I think she's a little out of place. A lot of these characters like feel like movie characters that are like well done, and she feels like MCU character. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone's going through it, and then you have like quippy girl, you know? Like I think she should have taken a step back more. I just feel like she stood out. That doesn't mean I didn't like her. I just feel like not for this movie. My only other complaint is the third act, or at least the big fight in the third act with in the water and all that. I'm trying not to spoil, but like, you know, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. The battle in the water, or you know, on the thingy. Trying not to spoil this. The battle on the thingy. I thought was a little weird and weirdly paced, but it's fine. I still think the whole movie works. Namor, really fucking good. I loved Namor. I think he's a great addition to the world. At the end of the day, Wakanda Forever is about family. Anyways, go watch Wakanda Forever. It's good. 8 out of 10. Hey, speaking of family, so I watched this movie not sober, and it was an experience. Oh my god. I'll say this. I'm kind of disappointed. And I'll only say it's because people were nudging me and telling me Barbarian's the weirdest fucking movie you'll ever see. The ending is so weird. It was so divisive. I was expecting something huge. This is my non-spoiler talk, so I'll just say it's good. Go watch the movie. If you like horror, go watch the movie. But I'm gonna be talking spoilers from now on because I feel like I need to. Skip to this timestamp for my next review, whatever the movie is. I'll say the first 30 minutes of Barbarian is really fucking good. All the stuff with girl and guy is really good. I was fully into it, and I don't think it would have been possible to achieve that if it wasn't for casting Pennywise. I know these people's names. I'm just trying to make jokes, guys. The amount of tension I felt in those first 30 minutes is so well done, and especially when they go down that fucking tunnel, dude. I was in it. The moment my boy dies with getting his fucking head bashed in, I was a little disappointed. I think it was the whole scene threw me off, but I feel like, you know, I wanted that to be the movie, but I'm glad that it moved somewhere else and it's not what I expected. So I'll give them that. And then we cut to America's Scream Queen, Justin Long, and I think he plays AJ really well. My thing is with that is I feel like he's the same character from Tusk. I think some of the scenes of him looking through the house and reacting differently is really fucking funny, and not something I expected. So, you know, good ass movie. I think the ending is a little too abrupt, except for when the naked lady burst through the fucking wall. I was screaming and laughing. So anyways, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. Good horror movie. If you want to watch it during Halloween, get some of your friends who've never seen it. Get your mom. Watch it with your mom, you know. Also, there's barely any jump scares. So that's also a plus. Hey, speaking of jump scares. Now, you motherfuckers told me this was going to be a white people rom-com movie. That's what I was told. I was wondering why all of the ratings on Letterboxd were like 4s and 5s, especially when the poster looked like this. I was not expecting what I got. For anyone who doesn't know, real quick, About Time is about a man who can basically time travel. And it runs in his family, but only the male side. Only the male side. I'll say this. I don't think it aged too well. I saw some people on Letterboxd and just everything overall is saying that it was a little misogynistic, and I could see that. I don't think the whole movie is like that, but I could see where some of these people are coming from. Just a little. But here's the thing. You expect you're getting big rom-com, and it isn't that, especially towards the end, you motherfuckers. I'm mad because I have never cried that much in a movie in a while. You motherfuckers got me. I think the first half of the movie is okay and good, and I think it's funny, but that second half is why I see the 4s and 5s on Letterboxd. Real quick, real spoilers, just so I could talk to the people who have seen the movie. Skip to this time code if you want to watch it. The last fucking scene of him and his dad running on the beach made me like, I literally was fighting for my life watching that part. Okay, I don't look, guys. I look. If I need to cry, I'll cry. All right, I'm not one of those guys. I'll cry. I have never cried that much in a movie like that. So, fuck you. Anyways, that's it. That's all I have to say about it with the spoilers. A good average movie that'll make you cry, especially if you can relate. 7 out of 10. Good movie. I got 40 minutes into this and got extremely bored. I have nothing to say about this movie, like at all. I literally stopped watching it. I'm just throwing it in here so I could say I did watch it. It was on my watch list. So there's like a snowstorm and people get stuck in the snow in like a cabin, and then one of the main character goes out, sees a little girl trapped in a van, and the concept is good. I just think it's so boring, and I had to deal with writing like this.
Where's he going?
Sore Loserville.
2 out of 10, I guess. Didn't finish it. Don't plan to. Hey, speaking of kidnapping, I've never been more conflicted in my life. Do I recommend this show? No. Do I think it's the worst thing ever? No. So the plot is basically a woman gets kidnapped, or not kidnapped, abducted, or by
vicar.
The 10th Doctor, because I forgot.
Someone
And then David Tennant's son having a hard drive, even though someone in his church is and gives it. David Tennant doesn't know that. Hold on, but he hides the hard drive. Okay, wait. For the kid, his tutor finds the hard drive. I think that's one storyline in the show. That's one. You could skip to this time code here for the next thing I'm reviewing, but for now, I'm just gonna spoil it because it's hard to not talk about this show. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't. Someone gets hit by a car.
You just leave me the fuck.
And then she gets bashed in the head with a hammer. And that's it. When I first started it, I thought, ooh, this writing's not good. And then like you get 30 minutes into the first episode and you're like, oh wait, this is pretty fucking good. And then the show keeps going like longer than I think it should. It's only 4 episodes and I feel like it should be 3, and it just keeps getting worse. So I guess I don't recommend it. I guess I don't. That's it. That's all I have to say about it. 4 out of 10. It has a strong start and it just completely fumbles the ball by the end of it. Hey, speaking of something that doesn't fumble the ball and is good throughout, that's a good one. That's a good transition there. Andor is one of the best Star Wars shows I have seen in a very not even Star Wars show, the best Star Wars product I have seen in a very long time. I feel bad even calling it a product. It's like the first real art that Star Wars has put out since the original trilogy. It is so good. My favorite thing about it is the fact that there's not a single lightsaber in it. That is my favorite part. The show follows Cassian Andor and basically the rise of the rebellion, and it's just so well done. I have nothing but praise for this show. I think the one negative thing I could say is that it's a little long, and sometimes it gets a little too complex when there's really no need for it. But besides that, it's good. It's so good. Every character is so strong, including this simp. If you've seen the show, you know what I mean. He doesn't have much to do this season, but you could tell they're setting it up for 2 seasons, so it's fine. Every character has something going on internally, externally. It's just so well put together, especially that finale. I think that finale is better than most of the sequel trilogy. And I like the sequel trilogy. Don't get me started. I'll talk about it one day, not today. And not Rise of Skywalker. All right, that's like the one where I can agree that that's a shit show. I will not make an excuse for that one. But it's so good. If you love Star Wars and you love what Star Wars used to represent, you know, this is what that show is. The show represents what Star Wars used to mean to me, which was no matter how big the Empire is or how big a villain is, you know, in numbers, it could still be overcome by just being smart and wise and having a little rebellion. And it's so good. It's so good. Anyways, that's it. I'll make an Andor. I feel like I'm gonna make an Andor video eventually, when I'll actually write out. I don't have a script for this whole video. 9 out of 10. Good ass show. A little complex at times, but good ass show. Anyways, that's it. That's all of the shows and movies I have seen in the past few months. I think what I'm gonna be doing, I have a whole watch list of movies. I think I'm gonna be watching them all. So that's what these videos are going to be, I guess, is me grinding through my watch list. If you have any recommendations, put them down below. I'll add it to my watch list. Doesn't mean I'm going to watch all of them. I'm just going to add it to my never-ending list. Like and subscribe. If you want, you could follow my Patreon, which is not linked below because I don't have a Patreon. Good luck. Good night.